this whole field of awakening, now as it's becoming more intense and people are realizing, how ultimately that is that's the fundamental game, eventually. And of course, there is after that there are a lot of in that realm, if words are used and like Krishnamurti, words become thoughts and they're used as concepts, then it becomes very, very dangerous and difficult.
I think it just to kind of, I would say, like demystify the whole thing, to kind of keep it really like simple and to kind of talk about it from a really day-to-day kind of experience, day-to-day kind of problems, day-to-day kind of issues. That is, I think, what we discussed when we were talking about it. That resonated with me. When Kiran was sharing about this whole aspect of, awakening, love, truth, and so demystifying it, kind of making it really simple, kind of, and also sharing the day-to-day struggles, the day-to-day aspects, which I think get missed out, because each person's journey in that sense is unique. When we're referring to something very like, say something, or some teacher has referred about something or spoken about something, and that becomes our kind of, I don't know how to put it, that becomes our blueprint in our heads, and we're kind of wanting that blueprint to fit into our life, but our life is a totally different set of challenges. It's a totally different context in itself. So I guess that was one of the things that I just felt it's so important to kind of get, and also different people, like who had different experiences of this, different understanding of this. So yeah, in that sense, really, the road is really making itself as we're walking on it. So it's very different for each of us, and to like have a place where each of us can really share our own challenges. In some sense, awakening is considered the end of all challenges, but I mean, my experience, I've always found that there is a day-to-day nitty-gritty of things, So yeah, I guess that would be a little tweak or whatever, just maybe adding to what Kiran just shared.
Just came out of a meeting, and I don't want to name the person because this is all on record, but you might guess who it was. But anyway, in this meeting, the person was kind of going forth, about nothing and all of that, and it didn't kind of seem to come from that place, So even though I may say that I don't often speak from that place, one thing I'm quite clear, I would say pretty clear, is that when somebody speaks from that place, I'm able to taste and smell that, So this is very
see it, or what resonate with me, or the thoughts which I have. One thing I clearly see mostly in the coaching thing is a lot of these people have a lot of these ideas around many of these spiritual terms. For example, there is this idea about let go. So if I let go, like I'll be happy, but what does that really mean? Or something like acceptance. Like what does acceptance mean? So sometimes people feel acceptance means it means to just let things be as it is. But sometimes it need not mean that way. So to really look at some of these words, for me, that's something that's coming, because there is a lot of weightage and interpretations and meanings that we give to certain words. And for me, the intention would be to pick some of these words and to really look into it and what does that mean, and to clarify it and put some light into it. I think that's something that seems interesting for me, and I feel it will be useful.
Yeah,
and also kind of just to add to that, sorry, I think I just love the aspect of, like each word, it is whatever word is uttered, it's said from such a completely different place, like each person who's sharing, whether it's a teacher or whoever is sharing, they've said it from a completely different place, but then our understanding of that word is so limited. Okay, we listen to someone like just let it go. Now the place they're saying it from is a very different place, because they've already let go. So for them it's a very natural. Now, but when we listen to something like a let it go, it becomes so much like, okay, means I need to do this, means, it becomes such like a puzzle. So then that's where like the authority of the word or the authority of the teacher, all of those things come in. And my own experience, I've struggled so much with that. So I think it's very beautiful to like really look at these words, what they mean, where they come from. And also I think Rajesh used to say this one thing which I really liked. He said each word has an infinite depth to it. A word is not static. It's an entire infinity in itself. Any word, you can take any word and say there's such a progression in the word itself, So yeah, that would be very interesting.
Yeah. Or for me, like something as simple as seeing that some of these words, like something like let go or acceptance, it's to see that it's actually not a verb. It's not something you can go and do. So that's where the whole thing comes. Like, I know I need to let go, but how to let go? I don't know what to do. And also even acceptance, like how do I accept? Like what should I do to accept? And mostly to really see that it's not like a verb that you can go and do, but it's more like seeing something. It's more about like, to really clarify that bit. I think that's also.
Yeah, it's so important. So important. And that is what I feel like in my own journey has been my biggest challenge. That whole, like somebody saying something, and I just think that okay, maybe just doing that will kind of take me to freedom. But I've had to kind of really understand for me, and then really sit in the fire in that sense, and then allowing that grace to come in its own. So there's really no shortcut, which we think there is a shortcut, which I think is kind of in a way because we feel it's